Maybe you don't want a concert on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Maybe you want to take a nap. Can you hear me? Oh my gosh. It's so loud. Today we are in Barcelona's Gothic neighborhood. El Gótico. Just a typical day in the Gothic neighborhood. This is an awesome neighborhood to walk around and see cool shit, but could you imagine living in one of these apartments? Maybe you want to take a nap after a hard day at work. Right? Maybe you're just tired and need to lay down. You got this freaking concert going on in your street. I actually did live in this neighborhood for about 3 months, and it was quite loud. I actually wear hearing aids. I suffer from a genetic hearing loss, and it was still too loud for me. You know, just because it's not cool enough already, I had to also wear hearing aids just to amp up my cool factor. Ladies. What's that? Speaking of my cone. Had you? One more again? What worries me about that is if it's this bad now, what's it going to be like when I'm 80? There's a huge positive side to hearing loss. I can turn those puppies off, go to bed. I can turn them off in a loud-ass Starbucks when someone starts having a conversation with their speakerphone. Or when someone starts yelling into their phone and you can only hear one side of the conversation. Why is that so annoying? I would rather two people have a loud conversation next to me than one person have a half a conversation with their stupid cell phone. It's so maddening. Hearing aids off. Headphones on. That's the ticket. There's loads of little spots like this in the Gothic and all over Barcelona where you can grab a beer or a cafe, coffee, or a croissant and just enjoy the city. Be on Spanish time. Spanish time is basically no hay prisa, which means no hurry. Oh man, is this architecture insane or what? Barcelona is a beautiful city. Medellin's got the world cornered on beautiful women, but Barcelona's got it cornered on beautiful city. Everywhere you go, walking around on here, it's like you're in an outdoor museum. Incredible. Oh, hello. Very international city. You're going to see people from all over Europe, all over the world, but lots of Europeans. Hey, there's my ex-girlfriend doing a little photo shoot with her mom. There's a broom to sweep up all my bullshit. I hear raging party again. Can't get away from it. Again, if you're taking a walk through the Gothic and you stumble upon this, that's awesome. If you wake up to this and it's there all day, oh man, forget about it. Well, hello there, tan legs. She's got thumbnail photo written all over her. You guys would totally click on that. I would click on that. I would so click that. I gotta stop laughing at my own stupid jokes in my narration. That's gonna be the new thing. Instead of I would hit that, I would click that. I would so click that. I don't know about you. I mean, even if you've never been to Europe, you're watching this video, I want to go to a cafe right now and just have something super European, like an impossibly tiny coffee. I just never got used to that. I'm American. Our small coffee is like 15 ounces. These guys are doing coffee shots. It's pathetic. Sipping on them, one pinky up. It's just, we got a different level of manliness in the States that does not exist in Europe. No straight American man would be caught dead drinking a little baby coffee in America. America! Coffees are huge! Well, when I'm in Barcelona, I go sit at that cafe, order the biggest coffee they have, which is like 4 ounces. You imagine what this street sounds like at 3:37 a.m. when one skateboarder goes tearing down the road on his way home after the bar. I don't have to imagine. I lived it. Oh, hello. Those impossibly bright green crosses you see not just in Barcelona, not just in Spain, but all over Europe. That means pharmacy. It's like a universal thing. Some of them are flashing. Some of them, you'd swear it's like a nightclub, but it's not. It's just the pharmacy. FYI. The pharmacists in Europe aren't like the ones in the States. You don't have to go in with a prescription from your doctor for everything. They have powers to prescribe, so you can go in and tell them what's wrong with you, and they'll be like, here you go. And the more embarrassing it is, the happy they are to help you. You could be like, I think I need a fistful of pills for my wee-her and some itch cream for my girlfriend, and they'll be like, here you go, sir. Anything else? Would you like some adult diapers to go with that? Oh man, you guys don't even know what you're missing with Decathlon. That is the greatest sporting goods store. Don't know why they don't exist in the States. They got their own brand on everything, so if you got something you like, some kind of sporting goods stuff you like a North Face jacket, they've got their own brand. That's like a total knockoff of that North Face jacket, but it's 34 euros instead of 334 euros. Decathlon is the tits. I love it. Decathlon. And no, it is not decathlon. It is decathlon. There you go. There's Mr. Skateboarder destroying the levels of audio in my video for at least 10 seconds. Imagine waking up to that. What? Why is she back? What? Who's editing this? All right, I'll remove that before I put the video live. Or not. I mean, nothing wrong with having a second look at Tanny McTan legs. I'm leaving it in. Forget it. I'm leaving it in. I don't care. This is a vlog. It's not broadcast television. This is YouTube. Leave that in. I do not see very many Spanish people in this video here in Spain. Those are not Spanish people. This is tourist central. I don't know if I would do two people on an electric scooter. I'm a nerd. I'm not that wild and crazy. You know, when you're like 23, you do shit like that. Because you haven't spent enough time in the emergency room yet. When you're in your 40s, you're thinking, I don't know, I got a very high deductible if I fall off of that thing. I don't, two people, one scooter, I don't think I can do it. Two people, one bike, that's great. Two people, one moto. Now watch, this singer makes very awkward eye contact with me when I walk by. I let out a woo. I didn't know what to do. I was very uncomfortable. You looked right at me. He probably was surprised at what a handsome man was walking down the street. He had to do a double take. Surprised he could continue singing his song without messing up the lyrics after being struck by my beauty. Struck. Those guys might be from Italy. Just saying. Seem to have their opera skills handled. That's all I'm saying. You see this picturesque little pedestrian bridge up here that everyone is going to stop for and take pictures at? Well, there's a story behind this bridge. And the story is that even though we're in the Gothic neighborhood, this was not built during the Gothic times, whatever that was, back in the 1600s. Oh, I see. You got to get a selfie in front of the bridge. Freaking tourist, you're just as bad as the rest of them. At least smile. There you go. There you go, buddy. This is awkward. I'm embarrassed for myself right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I was hoping I could grab a nice still frame of this for Tinder. I would not put that on Tinder. No. Anyway, that little bridge back there, it was not originally built during the Gothic times. In the early 1900s, the city of Barcelona had a campaign to basically Gothic up their Gothic neighborhood. They were like, this neighborhood's not nearly Gothic-y enough, and if we Gothic it up a little bit more, we can probably get some more tourists to come here and spend their money. So that's what they did, and including building that bridge in a Gothic style, neo-Gothic. And they basically Gothiced up the whole neighborhood and made it look more Gothic-y. And now they have this crush of tourists, and all they can do is complain about it nonstop when between the Gothicing up of their neighborhood. I love this city. I freaking love it. And I love living just near all this stuff, but not in it. I can actually sleep at night in my neighborhood. It's an ugly neighborhood. I don't like walking around in it, but I'm 5 minutes away from all this. Between the Gothicing up, oh, you mother... And 5 minutes away from the beach. This is my old street from 2017. I used to live right over here. I'll show you right now. Extremely loud. But cool apartment for first time in Barcelona. Right there. But 2 stone walls on either side. Stone road, like 1 dog, 1 drunk person, 1 loud lady in her phone to keep the whole neighborhood awake. So as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by that guy, between the Gothicing up of their neighborhood and the dressing the whole city up for the 1992 Olympics, Barcelona brought this tourist problem upon themselves. And now all they do is complain about it. Careful what you ask for. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you shouldn't have Gothic your neighborhood up so much, huh? I mean, I see the appeal. I want to walk around. When I first moved here, one of my favorite things to do was go walk around this neighborhood with no plan and just get lost for a while. And then when I got tired of it, pull out my phone and figure out where I was. Now I kind of know the city a little too well. I know where I am all the time, but it used to be really fun just to get lost in the Gothic neighborhood. Not sure that was a biological female. I'm not 100% sure. Things looked a little bolted on. Additional materials added after the fact. I saw some aftermarket upgrades. Look at that guy, Mr. Skateboard Punk. You got the moves, yellow shirt. That's right. He saw me. He's trying to say hi, but he's trying to be cool. Cool skateboard guys don't say hi. Watch this. Watch this, everybody. I knew it. I knew I couldn't do it when he was filming. All right, I got to walk it off. Walk it off. Look cool. No problem. No problem. There's a lot going on in this plaza. Uh-oh, another skateboarder. Watch out for these guys. You know he nailed that 4 times before he saw me with my camera. Couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it when the pressure was on. He knew. He knew the whole YouTube community was looking at him. He couldn't do it. Speaking of whole YouTube, speaking of me not being able to talk while I'm narrating my own video, speaking of whole YouTube community looking at somebody, Miss Salmon Dress. Oh boy, here's another one. He did that on purpose. There's nothing near me. I'm by myself. I hope it was worth it. I hope you can find yourself in the video because I'm not tagging it. Awesome skateboard guy. Oh, 2 for 2 yellow shirt. 2 for 2 wipeouts. 0 for 2 success. We are in University Plaza, also known as Plaza Universidad, also known as Placa Universitat in Catalan. I am not Spanish, you idiot. I am Catalan. Very proud people. The Catalan of Barcelona, Spain. Want a bike? Want to rent a bike? You can't. Not for tourists. Only for locals. Can't rent them with your stupid tourist card. You gotta have a Spanish resident ID. Barcelona resident. No bike for you. Oh, hello. Hello, white shorts. Oh, what's going on here? Fancy dressed photo session. I like that hair, Rapunzel. I like it. I want to climb up your tower. There's a Starbucks up on the left. Yes. There's a Starbucks in Spain. There's probably 500 Starbucks in Spain. All right, we're gonna cross the street. No, we're not gonna cross the street. We're gonna walk over here and look at girls jogging. Very bouncy. I don't know what we're doing. I thought I had a plan. I thought I was going to Starbucks. Then I was gonna cross the street, and I just bailed on everything. You know why? Because this road is so nice. It's so pleasant to walk down this giant pedestrian walkway. I just can't help myself. It's like a magnet pulling me in there. Why is this guy wearing that thing on his face? This guy too. What year is it? I thought we agreed we were all done with that and would never use one ever again because we're scarred for life. And we are walking Gran Via, the longest road in Barcelona. We're not going to walk the whole thing today because that would be kind of a boring video. I'm going to do like 5 or 6 minutes of it. I'm actually going to walk over to Spanish Starbucks. Yes, there are Starbucks in Spain. There's probably 500 of them. There's probably 4 or 5 of them just in the city of Barcelona. Well, I don't know if there's 500 in Spain. Maybe 100. What's interesting is Starbucks is one of my safety gauges. If there's a Starbucks in the neighborhood, I'm like, how bad can it be? I mean, they have a Starbucks. How bad could it be? Because Starbucks does not put Starbucks cafes in the hood. If you see a Starbucks, you're in a good neighborhood. There's no Starbucks in South Central Los Angeles. I'm just saying. There's plenty on the west side. I'm sure there's one in Beverly Hills. I'm sure there's one in Santa Monica. Ain't no Starbucks in South Central. Ain't no Starbucks in Compton. Same applies internationally. What's awesome about Gran Via and a lot of roads in Barcelona is they have thoughtfully made room for pedestrians. There's a space for people. I feel like in America, just the whole country is designed for cars with people as an afterthought, pedestrians as an afterthought. I don't know why we've done that, like what right cars have over people. But in Barcelona, they've planned for people. So if you're walking, if you're on a bike, if you're on an electric scooter like we just saw fly by, there's a spot for you in Barcelona. You're welcome. It's not even just that you're welcome. They have designed the city for you. There's even streets that are blocked off to traffic and pedestrian-only zones. And this street, I would argue the pedestrian passage in the middle is just about as wide as the car area on either side. Lots of nice shady trees on Gran Via too, which is important in August when Barcelona is crazy hot. Good road to... Oh, hello. Lots of girls coming back from the gym, apparently. Good road to walk down in the summer when it's really hot. because you have the shady trees. Also, the whole Gothic neighborhood and the whole old city are good when it's hot because you got the shade of the buildings. You really don't see the sun in the Gothic, in the Born, in La Barceloneta, in Raval. The streets are really narrow, and the buildings are, I don't know, 7 or 8 stories tall. Unless it is high noon, you're going to be in the shade. Gran Via runs all throughout the city, but right now we are in the Eixample neighborhood. It's my favorite neighborhood in Barcelona, even though I never lived there. I lived in the Gothic and I lived in Gracia. But Eixample is like what you see when you see those Instagram photos of Barcelona from the air, and everything looks all orderly and nice. That's Eixample. So this part of Gran Via kind of dumps out into University Plaza, which is just ahead of us right now. We are going to cross over and head to Starbucks. As long as I don't miss the light. Ah, man! Ridiculous. Now I got to wait like 11 seconds. By the way, those lights around the windows are not flashing in real life. That is an effect of frame rate differentiation, difference between my camera and, oh my gosh, it was a magical Starbucks that brought us right where we wanted to go all along, University Plaza. Or as they say in Spanish, Plaza Universidad. Or as they say in Catalan, Plaza Universitat. They don't like say it with a German accent. I don't know why I did that, but now we are around Plaza Universidad. I love Barcelona. Barcelona was my first trip abroad ever, way back in 2017. This video is not from 2017. All I have from 2017 is grainy footage that looks like it was shot in 1985. I cannot believe how far the camera technology has come in a couple of years. My 2017 footage looks like the original YouTube video that Christopher Columbus brought over on the Santa Maria in 1492. It is shockingly bad. That's a shockingly good kebab shop on the left there. In fact, if you search my channel for kebab shop, I think a video will come up where I sat outside of there with a camera on a table and just looked at the parade of beautiful, beautiful women walking by that kebab shop. I don't know what's going on with that kebab shop and what they're putting in the kebabs. I don't even know if I'm saying kebab correctly, but it was like a non-stop parade of beautiful girls. I'm like, you don't see this in most parts of the world. You sit outside of a kebab shop in New York City, you're going to see a slice of humanity walking by. Not, wow, every single woman is super attractive. What's going on? Kebab shop. Anyway, this video is not about that kebab shop, but it's remarkable. If you're ever in that part of Barcelona, you got to check it out. Just on the outskirts of University Plaza. Can't miss it. They're selling kebabs. Right next to a place selling empanadas. Ooh, there's Orange, the French cell phone provider. I have to walk my happy ass in there and get myself a SIM card so I can have the datos. Oh, what kind of magical retail automatic door was that? Transported us to another street right around University Square. That's awesome. You know what that was, guys? That was the magic of video editing. That's what that was. Ooh, hello. Hello, love. I'm not sure how you strike up a conversation with girls in the street in Barcelona. I did not do a lot of that. I actually had a girlfriend in Barcelona who I met at the bus stop. So I take it back. I do know how to strike up a conversation. Just not on the street when you see someone crossing. I don't know what your angle is there. I don't have one. Gotta walk a very fine line between not bothering someone but not being so afraid that you don't make a move, because hey, look what happened with me in Bus Stop Girl. I find the best way to do that is just not be a weirdo, not be a pervert, not ask her out on a date right away. Just talk about something nonchalant. Oh my God, is this bus ever going to get here? That's probably what I said in Spanish. Oh my God, when is the bus coming? Bam, now you're talking. I believe this is the road to Lidl shopping market, or maybe Aldi. Do you know they have Aldi and Lidl in Spain? Well, we don't have Lidl in America. They have Aldi in Spain. You guys don't even know what you're missing in Lidl. Lidl, L-I-D-L. They've got these croissants in the bakery, and they are filled with chocolate, and they have chocolate chips all over them. And they're fresh every single day, and they're like 87 cents. Freaking love Lidl. I love Lidl like I like tattooed thighs. And purple hair. Just chilling in Barcelona behind purple hair here. I'm going to show you what a commute is like in Barcelona. Assuming you start your commute at the La Barceloneta metro stop and you work somewhere down at the beach. Maybe you work in one of the chiringuitos, slinging drinks. Maybe you work in a restaurant. Maybe you've got a cafe down there that you like to bring your laptop to and work out of, like I did once or twice. But if you're from the States, someone said, I want to show you a video of my commute, you'd probably shoot yourself. Sitting in traffic is pretty boring, but this is what a commute is like in Barcelona, Spain. I don't know about you guys watching this video, but I am much, much happier when I'm living somewhere where I don't have to own a car, where I walk everywhere, or ride a bike, or take public transit, take buses and subways, or some combination of all those things. I loved going to college in Boston. I loved living in Buenos Aires. I loved living in Barcelona. It's not even about the money. You save a ton of money not having a car, but it's not about that. It's about, for me, I get in the car and drive, and I cannot help myself. I get angry. I get road rage, even if I tell myself, listen, it's not how these idiots react. It's your reaction to them. Don't let it bother you. But it does bother me. I can't control myself. I turn into a raging lunatic. When I walk everywhere, when I take the subway, I'm so relaxed. I'm so chill. And the way I explain it to people is when I commute in a car, it raises my stress levels. When I commute on foot, it lowers my stress level. I love walking. It just chills me out. I can clear my mind, especially if I keep my phone in my pocket and not looking things up. I can just, you need that time to go take a walkabout and let your mind work on problems in your subconscious. For me, it is a huge stress relief. Plus, got these opportunities to catch eye contact with a pretty girl or a handsome man, whatever you're into. You don't have those interactions in a car. Everyone's just in their little bubble. It's not the same. It's just all stress, all bad, no good. I get it. It's convenient. And when I lived in America, I had a car the whole time. You have to. It's not optional. Unless you're in a very specific location like Manhattan in New York City or downtown Chicago, downtown Seattle. But the vast majority of America is just suburbs. Non-walkable. So even a lot of big cities, like Houston, like Atlanta, like Los Angeles. You cannot live there without a car unless you have a very specific situation, and it's just not possible, not practical. But here, you can live with no car. But here I am, carless commuting down to the beach. Gonna work out of a Buenas Migas. Buenas Migas is like a Barcelona version of Starbucks. Nice little cafe, good Wi-Fi. This big wide sidewalk we're on right now is mobbed with people all the time because this is the only way to get from the closest metro stop to the beach to the beach. Not the only way, but the most direct way. If you don't want to make a whole bunch of rights and lefts through the La Barceloneta neighborhood. So these people could live in any part of Barcelona or be tourists staying in any part of Barcelona. Gracia, the Eixample neighborhood. And they all have to take this path. Because your first step would be to take the subway and then walk from the subway to the beach. I suppose if you're super lazy, you could take a cab, but it's like a 10-minute walk. I say walking lowers my stress levels, but sometimes this walk can give you a little stress because you're coming to the beach and you see all these beautiful women leaving and you're like, oh no, I got here too late. They've all left. But let me tell you, there is no too late. Whatever one's left are being replaced by a parade of beautiful women behind and in front of you on this walk to the beach. Do not despair. There are plenty more where they came from. You can also go to the beach at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. In summer, the sun's not even down, 6, 7, 8. Thinking, I'm too late for prime sun, nobody's going to be on the beach. But in Barcelona, people stay on the beach well past midnight. Yes, that is the world famous W Hotel off in the distance. And if you get to the beach at the end of this path and you walk your happy ass over to the W Hotel, you're going to walk right past a nude beach. But I got news for you. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's not all pretty girls. It is mostly old men. So beware. Beware when you walk past that beach. Americans are very squeamish about nudity. Think about the children. Think about the poor children. What it will do to them. I have seen children walking past that beach, and you know what it did to them? It gave them something to laugh about. They pointed and they laughed and they thought it was hilarious. I did not for a minute think that poor child, now he is scarred for life. No. I thought they had a good laugh. They got a kick out of that. Which, let's be honest, is what we're thinking too when we walk by a beach and see a bunch of naked grandpas. But we try to hold that in. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. Are you getting excited? That cafe I was talking about was just back there to the left, very close to the sand. Yeah, iconic W Hotel Barcelona. Iconic sail Kirby thing. I'm not 100% sure what they're going for. Sailboat theme, nautical. Got to be careful, guys. Got to be careful filming on the beach here, because sometimes you point your camera at the beach and not all of the women are wearing their complete bathing suits. Just saying, be careful. Safety first. And now we continue our tour over in, I would call this like central Barcelona, over near Plaza Catalunya. Always something going on, as you can tell by the music blaring in the background. How many Spanish people do you see in this video? I don't see very many. I don't see a lot. I lived in Spain for 7 months. I don't know that I would consider myself a tourist. I'm not from there. I was more living abroad. And Spain definitely has too many tourists. And it's only gotten worse since after the masked times of 2020. Once that stuff all ended, people came back in droves. I actually saw a stat recently that there's 33% more tourists this year than there were before. So that is crazy. These do not look like Spanish girls. Haven't seen many blonde Spanish girls. Those look like Europeans, possibly Americans. But there's a reason why Barcelona is so over-touristed. It's a great city. It is a great, walkable European city. I can understand why the locals are pissed off. I wouldn't want that many tourists in my city either. The problem with Barcelona is it gets about the same amount of tourists as someplace huge like New York City, but it's not huge like New York City. Oh, hello. We're walking around kind of on one of the main streets near Plaza Catalunya right now. Actually, right now we're very close to, if not in Plaza Catalunya. Plaza Catalunya is like the center of the universe in Barcelona. If you want to know where the middle of town is, Plaza Catalunya. A lot of cabs in Barcelona. I don't remember the Uber situation. If there is Uber, there isn't Uber. Even if I did remember, could have changed by now. But you don't need Uber or cabs in Barcelona. The metro is fantastic, and the city is very walkable within its neighborhoods. So I would just get yourself a metro card. It's about €1, $1 to ride the metro. Can't beat that. Very fast. Now we are technically in the Gothic neighborhood, although we're in one of the really wide pedestrian streets in the Gothic. Gothic neighborhood is typically very narrow streets, but there's one or two wide streets. This is one of them. Might be one of the bolder streets on the edge of the Gothic. Like it's Gothic on the left and another neighborhood on the right. I don't 100% remember. Man, what a beautiful city. If I was going to do some show-off tourism, take some pictures to throw on Instagram and Facebook and social media, Make all my American friends jealous. Just saying, this should be high on my list. It is a shame. It is a shame when social media has just blown these spots up too much and ruined them. But it's a double-edged sword. Because half of these places you wouldn't have found out about were it not for social media. It's summer. It's summer right now. Summer in this video. Barcelona's got a great June and July. August is good, but it's hot. It's hot and humid. August in Barcelona feels like June in Miami. It is hot. This is a more typical Gothic neighborhood street, very narrow. Mostly pedestrian. I mean, you get the occasional car just kind of worming its way down these streets. I don't know why they allow that. Like, why do you need a car on these streets? Just can't we have some spot just for pedestrians? Lots of beautiful girls in Barcelona. What you don't get a lot of in the Gothic neighborhood is sunshine. There's lots of tall buildings and narrow streets, so not a bad place to be in July or August when it's wicked hot in the rest of the city, because you can beat the heat just by being in the shade of the buildings. This guy's beating the heat by being Mr. All White with his white hat. Señor Blanco. Solid plan, bro. I respect that. I need to have a cafe here immediately. I need a cafe in that cafe. Doesn't look so bad. Not that many tourists. What are they complaining about? I mean, I got to take a little detour to get around this group, but apart from that, not so bad. Also, it's a Tuesday, but apart from that, not so bad. We are in the Bourne neighborhood. Those are definitely not Spanish people right there. I've never seen Spanish people that blonde before. We're in the Bourne neighborhood, which is part of the old city, downtown. If you know anything about Barcelona's Gothic neighborhood, very similar to the Gothic. Right next door, a little more upscale. A little bit nicer restaurants, nicer bars, but very similar to Gothic, not all that different. I like Bourne neighborhood. I lived in Barcelona for 7 months total. I tried many times to live in the Bourne neighborhood, but there was nothing available in my price range to rent. So, another consequence of the over-tourism in Barcelona, probably the main bad consequence for the local people, is it drives the rents up. Because instead of renting their apartments to local people, they Airbnb it out to visitors, and the rent goes through the roof. And even I, with my big fat American dollars, could not find a suitable room to rent. I wasn't even looking for my own apartment. Looking for a roommate situation. Couldn't find it in the Bourne. Found it in Gothic, so I lived in the Gothic neighborhood. I was renting out for months at a time, but still, I didn't have access to the... Well, hello there, white shorts. Also, probably not a Spanish person. Girl looks like she's from Germany, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't look so over-touristed right now, does it? practically walk down the street willy-nilly. Willy-nilly, I say. And I am the only one who says that. Me and Grandpa's. That's it. Nobody else says willy-nilly. I had a bike for a couple of months in Barcelona. That was pretty cool. It's a great city to bike around in. And now, if we were to cross this main street right here, we'd be in the Gothic neighborhood. So that's kind of like the divider line between the two neighborhoods. The Jaume Uno metro stop. It straddles those two neighborhoods. You can actually get out of the metro on the Bourne side or the Gothic side. Not going to look all that different. Not like, oh my gosh, now we're in Gothic. Slightly different. Gothic neighborhood is where I got pickpocketed one night at 3 in the morning. Barcelona is a very safe city. Spain overall is very safe, but there are opportunistic crimes. You probably have a higher chance of getting mugged or having some violent crime happen in any American city than you do in Barcelona, but pickpockets abound. Man, they are professionals. This guy got me, not on a subway, not in a big crowd, walking home alone, 3 in the morning. All friendly. I was like, what a nice, friendly weirdo. Put his arm around my shoulder. That should have been a tip-off right there. And just snuck his hand in my pocket and got my stuff. Luckily, he only got some cash, so I learned a 100-euro lesson. Now we're getting on the subway, getting out of here. Don't worry, I won't drag you here with me. You can just watch the next video instead. Unless the next one's on subway rides, that would be something. Then you got to see it anyway. Hasta la próxima, chicos.